Hi all, good morning. Today we talk about the reflections and how it is handled, or how we can use the reflections in a Java. Okay, so what is a reflection? It allows us to suppose any Java program is running, so you can take a control over it. You can intercept itself, means in a Java program you can intercept and get the data out of it. Means manipulating internals of the Java. It's called Java reflections. Suppose this is the private method. Okay, private method in a Java, what you heard about the private, it is not accessible out of that class. Okay, manipulation means what? This private method, you can get access out of this class, that is using the reflection. Okay, that's the manipulation. Means the default behavior you are manipulating such a way that it can change its the behavior. Private method, it's accessible through the class, but if you are accessible outside the world, that means the behavior or the definition of default you are changing while running the application. Okay, that's a basic definition of reflection. We'll check how the reflection will work and the examples about the reflections and how it can possible. Okay, so first we see about the where this is exactly getting used. Okay, so in a JUnit, if you write some test cases, okay, in a test cases, what happen, we are ingesting some data and testing that code. So if reflection is not there, that it's very difficult for JUnit testing purpose also. Apart from in Eclipse, if you say that in a ABC and ABCD method is there, and if you press the automatically auto-populate methods are coming what is started with the ABC. Okay, how it happened, the through the reflection from outside the class, we are checking what are the methods are available in this class, and we are providing the option to the end user. Okay, that also using the Eclipse, means using that uses in JUnit, uses in a Spring applications, and uses in a Eclipse for the autocomplete thing. Okay, that's a basic definition. Till now we get the what is the reflection and where it is used. Okay, I will see about how is it used and how can we do that if you want. So in a java.lang.reflect, all these are the classes like array and the java.lang package, and these are the member of that package, like reflect, like constructor, field, and a modifier. These are the things are available in each class. Okay, and if you aware about, like, okay, just give me one answer of this question. Like if I say class employee, here inheritance is there or not? Okay, if your answer is no, that is incorrect, because every class in a Java that extended from object. Okay, that's why every class have the inheritance. This is not written, but this is there. That's why if you call toString, hash code, all the method came from these classes. So that's why this object class is from the Java lang, and this object class have the constructor, fields, and a modifier, and the exception also one class who have the invocation target exception. Okay, this is the basic about thing. Okay, and key classes and the final classes and interface, these are the three keys by default provided. Means we are defining our classes, string is the final classes, and interfaces are also there. So okay, we see in the details how to use that object class or these data to manipulate the behavior of the existing one. Okay, so object creation. Okay, till now you know that how you are creating object. If you want my employee is a class, I will create employee new employee. Okay, new employee. If I create, this is the one way through that I create the object, but here I am using new as a operator. Okay, and this is at a compile time. Means at a compile time we are saying that this E have the employee object, and at a runtime we are creating that object, but this line is defined at the compilation end. Okay, but there is another way to create the object, which is a new instance. This is a method provided from object class, which is a new instance. This will create the object at a runtime. Means whenever you will get any class, like this is a method. I will show in a details with example, but just till now this is a method. On a runtime you can create an object of any class and assign to variables, and but this is operator, and operator, through the operator at a compile time you need to know the class, and then only you will create the object. Okay, so henceforward in the interview, if you ask the question like how many way to create the object, just give the answer as a two. First one is a new operator and another with a new instance. Okay, new operator when required, like new operator is a object, is a cycle kind of thing. Means object initialization, then constructor invocation happen. Means object initialization and the constructor invocation happen. Means you will, that employee is the initialize that employee, and here if you pass id is there, then that constructor gets called. So there are two steps. First one is object initialization, and second is the constructor invocation. But in a new instance thing, we don't know type of object, and we create the object as a pass. This is the runtime method to create the object. We'll get to know in the detail section, and this is mostly used in a reflection only, not in general day-to-day life. Okay, so if you don't know or without the class name, how can you get that class? There are three ways to get that class. First one is the class.forName. This is the one method which provided by class object. So if you simply define here that class name, you will get a C as an object, and using that you can create the object. This is the one thing. Apart from that, object.get class means if you don't know about the what type of object is this, so if you say that get class, you will get the class and you will automatically get to the name of that class. It's a simple, just consider these only two line, and object you don't know which is a class, and if you get that and print that, you know this is the simple type of class. The next one is the similar way, like simple.class or test.class, you will get that class. So these are the three ways to get the class. Apart from that class object, you have the isInterface method, isArray method, and isAPrimitive method. These additional method also there. Okay, so yeah, so we talk about earlier new instance method. So this is one example. So in this example you have C, and when you get the C, it's easy to create the instance out of that. Just create that C class.instance is a new instance is a method, and you will just cast to the simple object. So okay, at a runtime without using new operator, this is a way to create an object. Okay, means just get the class by any of these three method, like forName or the get class, or the directly mentioning a class, and that class dot new instance, using that you can create the object. Okay, this is the second way to create the object. Okay, apart from that, okay, so if you want to create a new instance like a method kind of thing, means the constructed object is there, how you are creating constructor object. So this is a simple one, like new instance means the default constructor get called, but if certain class don't have the default constructor, how it's getting called. So first you need to, this is just an example of the this class definition, like just we'll see, like a class T, we are creating a class of a T, then JLabel, we are getting the JLabel as a class from class.forName. This is a JLabel kind of class. We are getting the constructor out of this, means it's the class definition dot get constructor, and we are getting that constructor, and for that constructor we are saying that constructor, using this constructor please create the object, and for that constructor these are the objects are required, I am passing that through, and you will get that object. Okay, this is the way, this is the, if you want to default constructor, default way constructor. But if there is a special or parameterized constructor, then you need to required to do these steps to create a parameterized constructor. Okay, apart from that, Java profiler tool are there, means like if you want to compile that, Java C is the tool, it is a Java compiler tool. If you want to run application, Java is the tool, means, and if you want to profile it, whatever class is there and you want to profile that, means what are the things are present into that, you want to get that information, that is a profile, and this is the profiling tool. Okay, so for that you need to this is the syntax, like Java P, the options, means if you want the code of that class, local variable of that class, signature of that things, these are the option which is supported, that you just need to enter option what things you required from these class and hit the enter, you will get the details. Okay, so this is a profiling tool, you can get that information. This is generally used into class search or a jar search. In a jar search, if you want that profiler tool get used. Okay, so how to call the methods and constructor. Okay, so if you want to know that class name, this is the employee class name, and runtime you want that what are the fields are there, constructor are there, add a method are there, how can you achieve that? For that this is the example, like just get the class by, earlier we defined that 3 methods are there, using that you can get that class object, like class.forName, whatever user inputs at a 0 argument 0, I get that a class, like currently employee is the class. C.getDeclared field, this is a field array, I directly get into this in a code. If I want constructor, here I get the constructor, and method, this is a way to get the data. Okay, so just load the class, and already implicit methods are there, you will get all the information. Okay, Java provided the hooks, if you want that data you can get easily. Okay, that's it I think about the Java reflection. But earlier we discussed about the private method, how can it is achieved. So suppose this is a public class A and this is the private method. As per the definition, it's not accessible outside the class, we can only call for it. But if you want to access, this is the way, like class.forName, A is a class, C object I get. For instance creation, I dot say C.new instance, this object get created, and I call this method like C.getDeclaration method, which is a message is a method and no parameter required for that. So I just say C.getDeclared method, and a message is a method name, this is method I will get, and I will say m.accessible. By default it's false because this is a private method, but I can change the property of this method. So if I say that m.setAccessible as a true and m.invoke with this object, using this object I will invoke that method, then I will get the output like hello Java. So this is the hack where you can access the private method outside the okay. So simply we'll revisit the steps. Create the class, okay, create the object, till now you are with me. In addition to that, I want to execute that method. Okay, so I need to get that method. Okay, I get that method, but this is a private method, so I want to change this access specifier. So I will say set access stabilizer true. Okay, then we are good with that object, because this object have the everything is there. This method is no more private. Okay, so I just simply m dot invoke that method with the class. Yeah, that's it. And you will get to know in a console that hello.java. Yeah, I think we are done. Yeah, that's about the reflection in a Java. Yeah, thanks all. Bye.